The truth of the matter is that prayer by its very nature, prayer is the language of the helpless. Prayer is the language of the helpless. It is only helpless people who pray. Prayer is the language of the helpless. It is the language of the dependent. Because, you see, nothing showcases the helplessness of a man, the dependability, the dependence, of a man, like his attitude to and his posture in prayer. Your attitude to prayer, your posture in prayer is a true reflection of your understanding of your dependence and your helplessness. Prayer is the language of the helpless. God created us to pray, and in order for us to pray, God created us as helpless, dependent entities. Man was created to only function out of his continual dependence on God, so that the first attack at the relationship between God and man was Satan trying to tell man, you can be independent of God. When Satan said, you will not surely die, actually what will happen is the day you eat of that tree, you will be as wise as God, knowing good and evil. It means that you can break your connectedness to God. When you taste of this, you will no longer need God to know what is good. You will not need God to know what is evil. You will actually not need God to tell you the right way that you should go. You will be as wise as God. It was an attempt to declare independence, and that's what God was here. Prayerlessness, by its very nature, therefore, is an affront. It's an affront. It's something worse than an affront. Anybody who does not pray is actually claiming to be God. Yes. Prayerlessness is an attempt to equate yourself with God. It is the loudest statement of pride and arrogance that a man is capable of exhibiting. Prayerlessness. Not to pray is to live as a functional, practical atheist. It's a denial of the very reality and the existence of God. You were created by nature, as a creature of prayer. And therefore I said to you again and again that prayer is the language of the what? The helpless. Prayer is the language of the helpless. In Psalm 65 verse 2, there's so much on my heart this morning and we do need to pray. Psalm 65, maybe read from verse 1. Psalm 65. To the chief musician, a psalm and song of David, praise waits for thee, O God, in Zion, and unto thee shall the vow be performed. Verse 2. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. This is the destiny of all flesh. All human beings, that's what it means. All human beings will come to God. And in this context, he is defined as the one that hears prayer. Of course, you know, the sense in which the Bible uses the word to hear here is to hearken. All right? It is to oblige. It's like, actually, it basically means, unto you that answer prayers, to you all flesh shall come. Unto thee shall all flesh come. Now, some flesh will come willingly, some will come unwillingly, but all flesh shall come. A day will break when some people will come to this one when they have no option left. And I'm not even talking of time. There are some people that it is only in eternity that they will be forced to stand before the one that they have neglected while they lived on the earth. And they will realize on that day that they stand before the one that answered prayer, but they have no testimony of an answered prayer in their lives. And can I tell you, people of God, the first prayer that fallen humanity prays to God is, have mercy on me, for I am a sinner. I'm talking of the God that answers prayer. The Bible says all flesh will come to him, shall come to him, including the flesh of the atheist that does not believe God exists. One day he will appear before God. He says, surely as long as I live, all knees will bow before me. No man can run away from God forever. So the problem is not whether you will come or not, it's how you come, it's when you come. All of us will assemble there. You know, I love the hymns. The old songwriter says, when the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, when the eternal morning shall break bright and fair, and the saints of God are gathered over on the other side, and the roll is called up yonder, I will be there. There will be a roll call. When that eternal morning breaks, I like to tell people that it is a day over which the sun never sets. There is a day that will break, and when that day will break, the sun will never set over it. It's a perpetual day. And when that day breaks, there will be a roll call. When we gather on the other side, no man can run away from God forever. You were designed to pray. You were created to pray. You were framed to pray. You were forged to pray. The very nature of your constitution, it bears testimony to the fact that you are a creature of prayer. That's part of why you have a spirit, because God is spirit. This is part of why the moment somebody becomes born again, the first thing God does is that your spirit comes alive, because that is how you establish contact with headquarters. The redemption of our body is something we are waiting for in the future. It's called the glorification. Our glorification is the redemption of our body. The redemption of our soul is ongoing. It's transformation. Are you there? Sanctification, if you want the theological jargon. But God cannot wait with regards to the spirit. The moment you bow the knee to Jesus, your spirit comes alive. Because God is spirit. And if any man will maintain a relationship with God, it can only be done in spirit. Your spirit is proof positive that you were created to pray. That's why I said to you that the first prayer that the unbeliever should pray, the godless man should pray properly, is have mercy on me, O God, for I am a sinner. Unto you that answer prayers, you that hear prayers, shall all flesh